Guys, what's up? So let us discuss the MCQs based on 27th February 2017. This is presented by me, Roman Sani, and the instructions are pretty simple. Please write your score in the comments below. Question number 1. Consider the following statements about Battle of Plassey. The battlefield derives its name from Palash, that is a red flowering tree, also known as flame of the forest. Okay, the battle fought in 1764 saw the participation of Sirajuddaula. Everybody knows that Battle of Plassey was fought in 1757, like because the 57 years are very famous in India. So 1757 was the Battle of Plassey, 1857 was the Revolt of 1857, very famous these 57 years. So this is wrong. Answer is A, one only. So better known as Teshu or Palash. These are bright red jungle flame flowers. And the Battle of Plassey was fought between Sirajuddaula, the last independent Nawab of Bengal, and the forces of the British East India Company on June 23, 1757. Question number 2. Consider the following statements. India was the first country to launch a family planning program in 1952. 100% correct. The Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act targeted towards preventing maternal death from illegal abortion. Both of them are absolutely correct. Answer is C, that is both 1 and 2. So the family planning program was introduced with the aim of promoting the use of contraceptives to delay or space out pregnancy. And the basic premise of MTP Act was a utilitarian public health strategy aimed at the alarming increase in the population growth before the 1970s. Question number 3. National Transit Oriented Development Policy has been developed by which ministry? Here the answer is Ministry of Urban Development, and it is not Ministry of Transport and Highways, which many people might think. So whenever it comes, don't think the obvious answer. So Ministry of Urban Development has come out with a multi-pronged policy framework to promote living close to mass urban transit corridors, and this new initiative seeks to promote transit oriented development TOD, which enables people to live within walking or cycling distance from transit corridors like the metros, monorail, bus rapid transit corridors currently being taken up on a large scale. Question number 4. Consider the following about Bharat stage emission norms. So these are implemented by National Action Plan on Climate Change. No, this is wrong. They are implemented by Government of India, by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. India will leapfrog to BS6 stage, which is characterized by two critical components: diesel particulate filter and selective catalytic reduction technology. Yes, this is correct. BS norms were implemented in India since 2000. This is also correct. Answer is C, that is 2 and 3. So it is to be implemented by Government of India, and the rules are notified from time to time by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. And BS5 stage requires diesel particulate filter, that is a cylinder mounted vertically in the engine compartment. And BS6 stage is characterized with selective catalytic reduction technology module, which reduces the oxides of nitrogen in the engine exhaust by injecting an aqueous solution called OS32 in the system. OS32 contains ammonia, for which a separate container will be needed on board the vehicle. Question number 5. Other than India, with which countries does Bangladesh shares its boundary with? Here the answer is obviously, like, the biggest country is Myanmar. In that side of the region, it cannot share its boundary with Bhutan because Sikkim and West Bengal comes in between, and same with Nepal. West Bengal and Sikkim comes in between, so that is why Bangladesh cannot share boundary with Bhutan and Nepal. Answer is Myanmar. So if you can see, so this is your entire Bangladesh, as you can see, and this is India. But here if you see, this is not India, this is Myanmar and Bangladesh. So there is a point where all the three countries share the border. This point, it is Bangladesh, it is India, and this is Myanmar. Question number 6. Which of the following are matters based on which a bill can be classified as a money bill as per Article 110 of the Constitution? Appropriation of money out of the Consolidated Fund of India. Yes, this is 100% correct. Demand for payment of fees or licenses or fees for services rendered. This is wrong. Regulation of borrowing of money by the Union Government. Obviously, this is correct. Answer is C, 1 and 3. So the only provisions based on which a bill can be declared a money bill under Article 110 among others are imposition, abolition, remission, alteration or regulation of any tax. So this is very important. You need to memorize it by heart. Custody of the Consolidated Fund of India or the Contingency Fund of India, and the payment of money is into or withdrawal of money from any such fund. Declaring of any expenditure to be expenditure charged on the Consolidated Fund of India, or the increasing of the amount of any such expenditure, and the receipt of money on account of the Consolidated Fund of India or the public account of India, or the custody or issue of such money, or the audit of the accounts of the union or a state. Question number 7. There are 5 parameters based on which a condition of drought is assessed in India. Which of the following are the 5 parameters? Availability of water, availability of drinking water, availability of fodder, food grains, energy sector requirement. Obviously there are 5 and they are saying these are 5, so it makes logical sense that all of the above are correct. So drought management manual brought out in 2009 by the government of India suggested 5 parameters based on which drought is declared. So all these are the 5 parameters. And drought crisis management plan of 2015 lays down the relief measures to be taken up by the state governments with the active cooperation of central governments. Now these relief measures include MG and RGS to provide immediate employment to drought affected people. The public distribution mechanism should be strengthened to provide food and fodder as a measure to sustain the rural economy. And the government should initiate actions to recharge the groundwater table by building check dams and providing pipeline water and other irrigation facilities. The government should either waive off or defer farm loans and arrange for crop loss compensation. Question number 8. Which of the following refers to CRISPR? So it is an institute set up to provide aid for research and development in traditional agricultural method. This is wrong. CRISPR is a gene editing technology that will enable scientists to repair DNA material or even take it out if need be. So as you can see, either one or two can be correct because they are fundamentally different. They are 180-degree apart. So even if you don't know the answer, it cannot be C. C can never be the answer in any case. Okay, it can either be 1 or 2. Okay, so you can eliminate one option. So CRISPR is a technology that allows medical scientists to change DNA, that is the stuff of life, with greater precision than before. And CRISPR-Cas9, abbreviated from clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic. Palindromic means like the sequence is same from the either end. Okay, so you can just Google palindrome. It is a hybrid of protein and ribonucleic acid, that is RNA, which works as an efficient hunt and cut system in bacteria. Its champions foresee using CRISPR to control pests, increase food production, eliminate human disease, etc. And they are also a cause of worry as it could be used to create designer babies, dangerous mutants and biological weapons that could target specific population. Question number 9. A particular tribal community opposed the state-owned Odisha Mining Corporation to undertake bauxite mining at Niamgiri Hills, Odisha. This is a very famous case. Which of the following tribal group was it? So they are Dongriya Kond. So they were in news all of the time in last 5 years. If you pick up like every month they were in news. So answer is Dongriya Kond. So the Gram Sabhas of Niamgiri areas opposed the Odisha's government's fresh bid to go for bauxite mining in Niamgiri Hills. And extension to the Scheduled Areas Act of 1996, that is Panchayat Extension, also called as PASA Act, clearly suggests that the recommendation of the Gram Sabha or the Panchayats at the appropriate level shall be mandatory for grant of prospecting license or mining lease for minor minerals in the scheduled areas. And last question for the day is, consider the following statement. Djibouti is the easternmost African country. No. Somalia is the easternmost African country. Rather, if you go or beyond, like it can be Madagascar also. So I am not sure about these two, but definitely it's not Djibouti. Equator passes through Djibouti. This is 100% wrong. It passes through Somalia, Kenya, Democratic Republic of Congo, Gabon, etc. We can see the map also. So this is Djibouti. It is very few countries in the world start with D. One is Denmark, one is like DRC, one is Djibouti. Very few countries start with D. Okay, so they might ask you this question also. And this is called as African Horn. Okay, this is called as seed. Somalia, Eritrea, Ethiopia and Djibouti. This is called as the Horn of Africa. Agar koi puche, there are 4 countries. Again, I'll repeat. Somalia, Ethiopia, Eritrea and Djibouti. As you can see, equator is here. As you can see, these are more eastern countries. So thank you for watching this lesson. Have an awesome day. What's up? So today we're going to discuss the MCQs based on the current affairs of 28 February 2017, and tomorrow there will be a new course on March current affairs MCQs. So please enroll in that course. So whenever I make a new lesson, you get a notification. And the instructions are pretty clear. Please watch the lesson on the Hindu summary and editorial analysis, and 100% of the time without fail, calculate your score and write it in the comment section so that you can compete with yourself and others. Question number 1. Consider the following statements about Mobile World Congress. It is a government held meeting which primarily sees the participation of various stakeholders in the telecom industry. This is wrong. MWC is always held in Barcelona, Spain. So this is correct. Answer is B. Okay, 2 only. So the Mobile World Congress is a combination of the world's largest exhibition for the mobile industry and a conference featuring prominent executives representing mobile operators, device manufacturers, technology providers, vendors and content owners from across the world. And MWC is a B2B event for anyone and everyone in mobile and those in adjacent industries who want to discover how mobile technology can benefit their industries. And Mobile World Congress takes place each year in the Mobile World capital, Barcelona, Spain, at two venues. One is Fira Gran Via and other is Fira Montjuic. And Barcelona, Spain had been chosen as the GSMA Mobile World capital, and it continues to be the site of GSMA Mobile World Congress till 2023. Question number two, it is suggested that pellet guns can be replaced with PAVA, that is pelargonic acid vanillin amide. Consider the following about PAVA. It is an organic compound found characteristically in natural chili pepper. Yes. This suggestion was made by the Ministry of Defense given the harmful nature of pellet guns. No. PAVA is capable of temporarily paralyzing humans. Yes. Answer is D, that is 1 and 3. So use of pellet guns led to wide scale criticism as their usage led to cases of severe blindness and injuries to people. So on the Scoville scale, the degree to measure the power of chili, PAVA is characterized as above peak, meaning it will severely irritate and paralyze humans temporarily. And it can also be used as a food additive to add pungency, flavoring and spicy effect to the food. But it was the Home Ministry and not the Defense Ministry who has been involved in replacing pellet guns with PAVA. Question number 3, consider the following statements about IPO, that is initial public offerings. IPOs are issued only by smaller, younger companies seeking capital to expand. This is 100% wrong. It is done by seasoned, mature companies 7-10 years down the line to raise more funds and to expand. IPOs are advantageous as trading in the open markets means increased liquidity. This is correct. So answer is B. Okay, so first is wrong in this case. So an initial public offering is the first time that the stock of a private company is offered to the public, and IPOs can be issued by large privately owned companies looking to become publicly traded. And in an IPO, the issuer obtains the assistance of an underwriting firm, which helps determine what type of security to issue, the best offering price, the amount of shares to be issued, and the time to bring it to the market. And some of the other advantages of IPO other than raising capitals are public companies can usually get better rates when they issue debt. As long as there is a market demand, a public company can always issue more stock, right? So publicly listed companies include SBI, ICICI, Reliance, etc. So thus mergers and acquisitions are easier to do because stock can be issued as part of the deal. So this is a very important concept. Then you have Sachar committee was set up for which of the following? So like everybody should know about Sachar committee. So it was done for minorities, that is Muslim community in India, to examine that. So answer is D, that is none of the above. So in March 2005, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh appointed a high-level committee headed by Justice Rajendra Sachar to examine the socio-economic and educational status of the Muslim community in India. The committee has listed its findings on its population growth, literacy levels, employment, health and various other developmental indicators. And the report also puts forth recommendations to address the conditions and issues identified as affecting Muslims in India. And these include creation of an equal opportunity commission, mechanisms to promote participation of Muslims in public bodies, financial support to help increase employment share, provisions examining ways of linking madrasas to the formalized education and employment structure. And many people did not appreciate the recommendations also, so that is also there. You should know both the side of the story. Question number 5, consider the following. Article 19 guarantees freedom of speech and expression. Everybody knows this is correct. Protection of life and personal liberty also guarantees protection against arrest and detention under Article 21. This is 100% wrong. That is Article 22. So it obviously guarantees means there is certain exceptions also, but it is written in the Constitution. So answer is A, one only. So right to freedom is from Articles 19 to 22, and Article 19 provides for protection of 6 rights regarding freedom, namely freedom of speech and expression, freedom of assembly, association, movement, residence and profession. And Article 22 provides protection against arrest and detention in certain cases. Question number 6, consider the following statements about Kalari Payyattu. The word Kalari first finds is mentioned in Sangam literature. 100% correct. Kalari Payyattu is a martial art whose origins can be traced back to Kerala. 100% correct. This martial art does not use any weapons. Okay, this is wrong. They use weapons. Okay, they use spear, sword, shield, bow, arrow. Sab use karte hain. So this is 100% wrong. Answer is 1 and 2, that is B. So the word Kalari appears in the Puram and Akam, that is the 2 divisions of Sangam literature, to describe both a battlefield and combat arena, and it was originally practiced in northern and central parts of Kerala and southern parts of Tamil Nadu. And they specialized in one or more of the important weapons of the period, including the spear, that is well, sword, that is wal, and shield, kedham, and bow and arrow, will, ambu. Question number 7. India has for some times now finding various means to become a member of NSG. Which of the following agency implements the guidelines of NSG? Answer is participating governments. So the Nuclear Supplies Group was created following the explosion in 1974 of a nuclear device by a non-nuclear weapon state, which demonstrated that nuclear technology transferred for peaceful purposes could be misused. So NSG is a group of nuclear supply countries that seek to contribute to the non-proliferation of nuclear weapons so that it does not spread throughout the world through the implementation of two sets of guidelines for nuclear exports and nuclear related exports. The NSG guidelines are implemented by each participating government in accordance with its national laws and practices, and decision on export applications are taken at the national level in accordance with the national export licensing requirements, and at present NSG has 48 members. Consider the following about Nyokum Yillo festival. Okay, sorry for the pronunciation. It is celebrated by the Nishi tribe. Yes, this is correct. Nishi tribes are found in Mizoram. This is wrong. They are in Arunachal Pradesh. Festival marks the beginning of summer in the region. This is also wrong. So answer is A, that is one only. So Nyokum Yillo festival is the major agricultural festival of Nishi community. It is celebrated by the Nishi tribe of Arunachal Pradesh. Nyokum is a very colorful festival and reflects the interesting cultural heritage and ethnicity of the Nishi tribe. Now Nyoku is a colorful way of celebrating life and fostering the great ethnicity of Arunachal Pradesh, and 2017 marked the golden jubilee celebration of Nyokum Yillo festival. Question number 9. Consider the following statements. Negative voting exists in Bangladesh and Brazil. This is correct. After Supreme Court's ruling, Nota was implemented by an act of parliament. No, this is wrong. Irrespective of votes polled as Nota, a candidate securing the majority of the remaining votes will be declared as a winner. Yes, this is correct. Answer is C, 1 and 3 only. So other than India, Brazil, France, Finland, USA, Belgium, Greece, Ukraine, Chile, Bangladesh, Sweden, Colombia and Spain, they provide for negative voting. The Election Commission has implemented the Nota option, that is none of the above, after the Supreme Court of India ruled that right to register a Nota vote in election should apply, and it ordered the Election Commission to provide such a button in the electronic voting machines, noting that it would increase the participation. For example, if you do not want to vote to anybody, you can press Nota, and that's why you can go to the polling booth. Earlier you had to choose someone or the other. Nota are not taken into account for calculating the total valid votes and will not be considered for determining the forfeiture of security deposit also. So these are important points for MCQs. Question number 10. Consider the following about Kenneth Arrow. He alone won the Nobel Prize for Economics in 1972. He is most famous for his work on social choice theory and Arrow's impossibility theorem. Answer is B only, okay, because John Hicks was also there. So answer is B, that is 2 only. So John Hicks and Kenneth Arrow won the Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences in 1972 for their pioneering contributions to general economic equilibrium theory and welfare theory. And the Arrow's impossibility theorem is a social choice paradox illustrating the impossibility of having an ideal voting structure that is reflective of specific fairness criteria. And Arrow's impossibility theorem states that a clear order of preference cannot be determined while adhering to mandatory principles of fair voting procedures. So thank you for watching this lesson. Have an awesome day. Guys, what's up? So it is a new month, so please enroll in this course by clicking on enroll button, or you watch 3 videos and you will be automatically enrolled. This is based on the 1st March 2017 current affairs, and these are the 10 MCQs which I'll be making on daily basis. And the instructions are pretty clear. Please watch the Hindu summary and editorial analysis on unacademy.com. And as soon as the question appears, pause the video, answer the question and resume it 100% of the time without fail. Please calculate your score, write it in the comment section so that you can compete not only with yourself but with others as well. And if you are getting 8 or more, then you have very high chance of selection in this year prelims. Question number 1, with regard to Simai caruvelum, that is Prosopis julifera, consider the following statements. It is a native medicinal tree species used in the manufacture of India's first anti-diabetic Ayurvedic drug. Okay, this is wrong. It reproduces by way of seeds dispersed mainly by animals, consuming the seed pods and spreading it through droppings. So this is correct. Answer is D, that is 2 only. So Simai caruvelum or Prosopis julifera is an invasive tree species that is attributed with huge environmental damage. They are also called as exotic species, as it inhibits the growth of indigenous plants. A non-native species, which means exotic species, it was brought to India during the colonial period for its utility as firewood and for erecting fences. Now, late in 1960s, aerial seeding of the plant was carried out in dry lands of southern Tamil Nadu to overcome firewood shortage. And statement 2 is correct, as the plant reproduces by way of seeds dispersed mainly through animals by the process of endozoochory, that is dispersal via ingestion by vertebrate animals. So you can be asked this term. Which of the following parties are signatories to Indus Water Treaty of 1960? Here the answer is India, Pakistan and the World Bank. So many people confuse, the World Bank is not there, but it is there. So answer is 1, 3 and 5. So C. So the Indus Treaty, Water Treaty was brokered by World Bank, international, that is also called as International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, and therefore it is a neutral signatory to the agreement. The water sharing accord is between India and Pakistan, signed at Karachi in 1960 under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru and Ayub Khan of Pakistan. This is very important, please remember this. The eastern rivers, since India is in east of Pakistan, so all the eastern rivers belong to India, that is Satluj, Beas and Ravi. They shall be available for unrestricted use by India, while the western rivers, that is Jhelum, Chenab and Indus, are left for Pakistan. Question number 3, consider the following statements on the temperature of the sun. The temperature at the sun's surface photosphere is about 5500 degrees Celsius, almost the same as the temperature of the earth's inner core. The sun's atmosphere corona is not as hot as the photosphere. Select the correct statement using below. The first statement is correct, second is wrong. Answer is B, that is one only. So statement 1 is correct. The temperature at the surface of the sun, called as photosphere, is about 5500 degrees Celsius, and this is almost the same as the temperature of earth's inner core, that ranges from 3000 to 6600 degrees Celsius. Statement 2 is incorrect, as the temperature at sun's corona, its atmosphere, is a sizzling 2 million degrees Celsius. This is puzzling, as we may think the farther from the heat source, the lesser the temperature. Then NASA has revealed its plan to send a robotic spacecraft next year to probe the sun's atmosphere, which may possibly find an explanation for this puzzling phenomena, but obviously it needs to be heat resistant, otherwise it will just melt away. Question number 4, Bosnia and Herzegovina is pretty much a landlocked country except for a small strip of land extending just 20 kilometers that provides coastline access to which of the following sea? Here the answer is C, that is they provide the access to Adriatic Sea. So I'll show you the map so you'll know the exact location. So this is Bosnia and Herzegovina, this is Croatia, capital is Zagreb, this is Slovenia, this is Italy, this is Serbia, and here is which sea? Please tell me this sea. So this is Adriatic Sea, so they can ask you who borders Adriatic Sea. Answer will be Italy, Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Montenegro, and so on and so forth. So Adriatic Sea separates the Italian peninsula from the Balkan peninsula in southern Europe. It's a very important concept, you need to know this. Question number 5, consider the following statements on Amarnath Cave Temple. Devotees make an annual pilgrimage to the temple during the festival of Shravani Mela in July and August. Okay. The Shiva Linga inside the cave temple is basically an ice stalactite formation. So here the answer is B, that is one only. Statement 1 is correct. The annual pilgrimage to the Amarnath temple in Jammu and Kashmir takes place during the 45-day festive period of Shravani Mela in July to August, which coincides with the Hindu holy month of Shravan. ठीक है भाई, हमारा it's a holy month. And statement 2 is incorrect, as the shivling of the temple is an ice stalagmite. Okay, so just remember that, because it rises from the floor of the cave. So that is an important concept, you need to differentiate these two. And the stalactite formations on the other hand hang down from the ceiling of the cave. So whatever hangs down from the cave, it's called a stalactite, but if something rises from the floor of the cave, it's called a stalagmite. Okay, make some mnemonic for this. Question number 6. Which of the following statements regarding advance pricing agreements signed by the Central Board of Direct Taxes are correct? They are ahead of time agreements that specify methods of pricing and prices of international transactions in the domain of transfer pricing. 100% correct. They provide clarity and certainty to taxpayers, fostering a non-adversarial tax regime. This is also 100% correct. They can be either unilateral or bilateral. This is also 100% correct. Answer is D, that is 1, 2 and 3. So advanced pricing agreements or APAs introduced in the Income Tax Act in 2012 endeavors to provide certainty to taxpayers in the domain of transfer pricing by specifying the methods of pricing and setting the prices of international transactions in advance. Transfer pricing, on the other hand, refers to taxation methods and policy transactions within enterprises involving trade of surpluses or labors. And as a part of government's initiative to foster a non-adversarial tax regime, the APA signed by CBDT are appreciated for being able to address complex transfer pricing issues in a fair and transparent manner. Question number 7. Which of the following best explain the term nematodes that were on the news recently? So nematodes are basically worms, so everybody should know about them. So they are microscopic pests that attack crops, resulting in huge crop loss. So this is the closest thing that resembles them. Answer is B. So nematodes are the microscopic worms consisting of roundworms, threadworms, eelworms, many of which are parasites, and they had recently emerged as a major threat to crops in India as they cause a loss of 60 million tons of crops annually. Do you know how many millions of people can feed on that? According to ICAR, that is Indian Council of Agricultural Research, such large scale crop loss is also having an adverse effect on the agricultural biosafety that is paramount to food security. Question number 8. With regard to the congenital rubella syndrome (CRS), consider the following statements. Rubella is a highly infectious and killer disease among children. Okay. Rubella virus may be transmitted from an infected woman to her fetus during pregnancy. This is 100% correct. Rubella virus can cause hearing impairments, eye and heart defects, brain damage in newborns. 100% correct. India has set an ambitious target of eliminating congenital rubella syndrome by 2020. This is wrong. First is also wrong. So answer is 2 and 3. That is C. So statement 1 is incorrect. Rubella is a very mild viral infection that occurs mainly among children, while measles is highly infectious and a childhood killer. Okay, that caused an estimate 47,000 deaths in India. Rubella virus has a 90% chance of being transmitted to the fetus from the infected mother, and the virus can cause hearing impairments, eyes and ears, heart defects, brain damage in newborns, and even spontaneous abortion and fetal deaths. And an estimated 40,000 cases of children born with CRS occurs in India. Statement 4 is also incorrect as India does not aim to eliminate congenital rubella syndrome completely by 2020. Its target is to control CRS and eliminate measles by 2020. Question number 9. Which of the following statements on tortoises and freshwater turtles are correct? Turtles are integral to a healthy riverine system as they act as scavengers cleaning of water bodies. And National Mission for Clean Ganga envisages breeding and release of turtles to clean wetlands. The answer is both 1 and 2 here. So tortoises and freshwater turtles are poached from Gangetic regions known for its diversity of TFT population along the river. Illegal trade of the poached TFTs are rampant for domestic meat consumption and international export. And turtles, they form an important part of the riverine system which act as scavengers in cleaning up water bodies and generally being indicators of river health. So it is an important concept. And National Mission for Clean Ganga envisages breeding and release of turtles to clean wetlands, although poaching and trade continues across the Gangetic belt, and river systems of Western Ghats also have considerable population of TFTs. Last question for the day is consider the following statements on Bandhan Financial Services. It is the country's largest MFI. Yes. It also undertakes regular banking activities as a commercial bank through its subsidiary. Yes. A majority of its customers are women. This is also correct. Answer is D. 1, 2, 3. So Bandhan Financial Services was started in 2001 as a microfinance company in West Bengal. It provides microfinance services to women who are socially disadvantaged and economically exploited. And it is the largest microfinance organization in India. And it received banking license from RBI in 2014. And therefore it offers traditional banking services through its subsidiary called as Bandhan Bank. So everything is important. And thank you for watching this. Have an awesome day. Do enroll in the course. Guys, what's up? So as promised, I am back with my MCQ videos, and this is expected MCQs for UPSC CSE Prelims 2017, and they will be based on the 2nd March 2017 current affairs. Please enroll in this course and download our Android app, so whenever I make this lesson you'll get a notification. Instructions are pretty clear, so you can just follow them. Question number 1, with regard to ochre colored pottery culture, consider the following statements. It is roughly placed between 2000 and 1800 BC, concentrated to the Ganga Yamuna Doab. The OCP culture discoveries validate the people are likely to be one of the earliest primitive agriculturalists and artisans who led a settled life in the Ganga Yamuna Doab region. The bronze using OCP culture is placed as a contemporary to copper using Harappan culture. Select the correct statements from that. Answer is B, that is 1 and 2. The third is wrong. So statement 1 and 2 are correct. The ochre colored pottery, culture settlements and copper hoards comprising of axes, harpoons, antennas, swords for hunting, fighting, agricultural use. And the discovery of ochre colored pots and mud structures additionally means that the people had a settled life, one of the earliest primitive agriculturalists and artisans to settle in the Ganga Yamuna Doab region. Doab means where two rivers follow, Punjab means where five rivers flow. Okay. Do means two, Ab means, you got the point, right? Statement 3 is incorrect as the OCP people are copper hoarders, unlike their bronze using contemporaries of the Harappan region. So that is why the third statement is wrong. Question number 2, which of the following are prominent genome editing techniques? Here the answer is CRISPR is definitely there. I introduced it yesterday also in a question. Zinc finger nuclease is definitely there. TALEN is also there. TALEN is transcription activator like effector nucleases. Scanning force microscopy is definitely not there. So answer is 1, 2 and 4. That is C is the answer here correctly. So solution is CRISPR is clustered regulatory interspaced short palindromic repeats. It was on the news recently. It is one of the most prominent genome editing technique. So by editing genome, you can accomplish a lot of things. You can make drugs, insulin, whatnot. And zinc finger nuclease and transcriptor activator like effector nuclease, TALEN. They are the other two tools to edit sequence of DNA. And scanning force microscopy SFM is related to nanotechnology. That is a device used for visualizing, imaging, taking measures and for manipulating objects that are in nanometer scales. Question number 3, the Strait of Hormuz that was on the news recently connects which of the two water bodies? So it connects Gulf of Oman and Persian Gulf. So the Strait of Hormuz is the only sea passage connecting Persian Gulf to the Arabian Sea and open. So can you see this is Persian Gulf, this is Arabian Sea, okay, and this area you can see that, okay. So it connects your Gulf of Oman and Persian Gulf. So this is Gulf of Oman, this is Persian Gulf, this is Strait of Hormuz. And it is one of the world's most strategically important choke points, especially during the previous confrontation between US and Iran. And nearly a third of all oil trade by sea passes through this strait. So you can realize the importance when all the oil is passing through this, it becomes very, very important. Question number 4, consider the following statements on East African Community. It is an intergovernmental organization that consists of 6 nations in the African Great Lakes Rift Valley region. It is Africa's largest free trade zone. Which of the following is correct? First is correct, second is wrong. So statement 1 is correct that East African Community consists of Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, South Sudan, Tanzania and Uganda, all surrounding the Lake Victoria in Eastern Africa. Lake Victoria, however, is not a part of the African Rift Valley system. And statement 2 is incorrect. Africa's largest free trade zone is not this but tripartite free trade area. It is a union of 3 trade blocks including EAC. EAC is just one member. The other 2 members include SADC and COMESA. Tripartite means 3 parties, so it includes EAC, okay, SADC and COMESA. Question number 5, which of the following statements are Swachh Shakti Saptah program are correct? Okay. It is a week-long program across the nation to honor the role of women in Swachh Bharat mission. It is launched by Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. Select the correct codes. Both of them are absolutely correct. So on March 1, 2017, the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation launched the nationwide Swachh Shakti Saptah to underline women's role in Swachh Bharat mission, and nationwide events honoring women champions, women sarpanches, ASHA workers, accredited social health activists, school teachers, young students, senior citizens involved in the Swachh Bharat mission are planned as part of this program. And finally, it will culminate with a mega event in Gujarat named Swachh Shakti 2017. Question number 6, with regards to Project Elephant, consider the following statements. It is a statutory agency set up in accordance to Wildlife Protection Act of 1991. It assists states having free-ranging wild elephant population to protect their habitat and corridors. It does not give attention to mitigation of man-animal conflicts in elephant habitats, one of the strong criticism of the project. Here the C is the only, that is the 2 is the only correct option. Answer is C, that is 2 only. So Project Elephant is a centrally sponsored scheme that offer financial and technical assistance to states having elephant population. Therefore, statement 1 is incorrect, absolutely incorrect. Statement 3 is also incorrect. The scheme does include addressing the issues of man-animal conflict as its key objectives, and it moderates the pressure of human and domestic stock activities in key elephant habitats. Question number 7, subsidies related to public stock holding in WTO refers to which one of the following? Here answer is D, subsidies given through MSP to farmers in order to procure food grains for distribution. Okay, so that is the correct option. So at the WTO, the developed countries were criticizing India for offering higher subsidies related to public stock holding, like minimum support prices for food grains. They claim that these subsidies will distort trade, which does against the key objective of WTO, but that is not the case. It is a wrong thing. Question number 8. Select the correct statements on the lion capital of Sarnath. It symbolizes Dharm Chakra Pravartan, which is considered as Buddha's first sermon. The capital with the crowning wheel and inverted lotus base in the national emblem of India. Okay, so select the correct codes on this. So the answer here is A, that is one only. So only the first statement is correct. The first sermon of Buddha took place at Sarnath. So second statement is wrong. The capital includes 5 major components: shaft, broken, lotus, bell base, drum on the bell base with 4 animal proceeding clockwise, 4 lion figures, and crowning elements, which is the Dharm Chakra. Statement 2 is incorrect, as the national emblem of India is the lion capital without the crowning wheel and the lotus base. So this is an important differentiating factor which every Indian should know. Question number 9. Consider the following statements on the functions of SEBI, that is Securities Exchange Board of India. It prohibits fraudulent and unfair trade practices like price rigging. So they can ask you also. 6 years tak UK Sinha was the chairman, that is why it is in news. So you can remember his name, Upendra Kumar Sinha, 1976 IS officer. It trains intermediaries and educate investors. It registers and regulates stockbrokers, merchant bankers, and share transfer agents. Select the correct code. All the following are absolutely correct. Answer is D, 1, 2, 3. So all these statements are correct. The functions of SEBI can be broadly classified as protective, developmental, and regulatory functions. Statement 1 is a protective function with the objective of safeguarding the interest of investors and safety of investments. Statement 2 is a developmental function, and statement 3 is a regulatory function where it registers and formulates code of conduct for intermediaries, merchant bankers, and underwriters. And last question for the day is, consider the following statements on Pawan Hans helicopter services in India. It is a public sector undertaking that falls under Mini Ratna 1 category. It is a national helicopter company established for providing services in remote areas only. A considerable amount of stakes in the government enterprise is with Air India. Select the following codes. Which of the following is correct? Answer is only the first statement is correct, because ONGC owns a considerable 49% stake in the enterprises, not Air India. So third statement is wrong. And Pawan Hans supports services in remote areas in oil sector for offshore exploration operation and promotion of tourism. So this is wrong, and because only word is there. So only the first statement is correct. Answer is B, 1 only. So established in 1985, Pawan Hans is a Mini Ratna 1 category PSU, that is public sector undertaking. Pawan Hans supports services in remote areas in oil sector for offshore exploration operations, promotion of tourism, and ONGC owns a considerable 49% stake in the enterprises. So thank you for watching this lesson. Do enroll in this course and do download our Android app on Play Store. And thank you for watching this. Have an awesome day. Hey guys, what's up? So please enroll in this course if you have not done already, and download our Android app so that you get the notification whenever you watch this, whenever I add a new lesson to this course. And this is the MCQs based on the 3rd March 2017 current affairs, presented by me, obviously Roman Saini. Instructions are pretty clear, so you can follow them. Question number 1. With regard to World Wildlife Day, consider the following statements. It was declared as a day of importance by World Wildlife Fund. It is observed in March 3, the day of signature of the CITES, that is Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. Select the correct statement using the code below. See, first statement is wrong, second statement is correct. Answer is B, 2 only. So World Wildlife Day was declared by United Nations General Assembly on its 68th session in December 2013 to celebrate and raise awareness of the world's wild fauna and flora. Statement 2 is correct, as the day honors the adoption on CITES, that is Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, on March 3, 1973. And the theme for this year on World Wildlife Day celebration is Listen to the Young Voices. And World Wildlife Day 2017 encourages youth around the world to rally together to address ongoing major threats to wildlife, including habitat change, overexploitation, illicit trafficking, etc. Question number 2. Which of the following activities are being financed from the Clean Ganga Fund (CGF)? Activities under the Namami Ganga program, conservation of the biotic diversity of the river, promotion and development of National Waterway 1 on the Ganga River, setting up of waste treatment and disposal plants along the river around the cities. Which of the following statement is correct? Answer is C, 1, 2 and 4. Third statement is wrong. So the Clean Ganga Fund is managed by a trust under Union Finance Minister and accepts voluntary contribution from citizens, NRIs, etc. And the Clean Ganga Fund will finance the following 8 broad activities. Activities outlined under the Namami Ganga program for cleaning of river Ganga, control of non-point pollution from agricultural runoff, human defecation and cattle wallowing, setting up of waste treatment and disposal plants along the river around the cities, conservation of the biotic diversity of the river, community-based activities to reduce polluting human interface with the river, development of public amenities including activities such as ghat redevelopment, research and development and innovative projects, research and development projects and innovative projects for new technology and processes for cleaning the river, independent oversight through intensive monitoring and real-time reporting. Question number 3, select the following statements about the tributaries of the river Indus. Satluj is the easternmost tributary of Indus, 100% correct. Beas unites with Satluj, this is also correct. Jhelum and Ravi joins the Chenab river, this is also correct. And Chenab joins the river Satluj. Which of the following statement is correct? All the 4 statements are absolutely correct. Answer is D. Question number 4, which of the following are published by World Bank, that is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development? World Logistics Performance Index, yes. World Development Report, yes. Ease of Doing Business Report, yes. Global Economic Prospects Report, yes. So technically all the 4 are published by World Bank. So World Bank or IBRD is persistently on the news this week, and all the 4 mentioned reports are published by World Bank. Question number 5, which of the following statements on National Skill Development Corporation are correct? It is a public-private partnership venture with significant operational and financial involvement from the private sector. It is a part of National Skill Development Mission under Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. It provides funding to enterprises, companies and organizations that provide skill training. So all the 3 statements are correct. Answer is D, 1, 2, 3. So National Skill Development Corporation, it was announced in 2008-2009 budget as a world-class skill development program in a mission mode that will address the challenge of imparting the skills required by a growing economy. And it is a not-for-profit company set up as a part of National Skill Development Mission under Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. And it has an equity base of rupees 10 crore, of which the government of India holds for 49%, while the private sector has the balance 51%. Question number 6, which of the following regions are identified as potential shale gas reserves in India? Krishna Godavari Basin, Kaveri Basin, Greater Andaman, Gulf of Mannar, Cambay. Answer is 1, 2 and 5, that is Krishna Godavari Basin, Kaveri Basin and Cambay. Greater Andaman and Gulf of Mannar are not the answer. Answer is B, 1 to 5. So Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas has identified 6 major regions of shale gas reserves in India. Krishna Godavari Basin, Indo-Gangetic Basin, it includes the Damodar Basin, Cambay is in Gujarat, Kaveri Basin, Assam, Arakan Basin and Gondwana region in central India. Question number 7, which of the following statements on Tara Tarini Hill Shrine in Ganjam district of Orissa are correct? Tara Tarini was the traditional patron deities for sailors and merchants of ancient Odisha. Yes. It is located on the Kumari Hills on the banks of Rushikulya river. Yes. The shrine has ancient links to Mahayana Buddhism, but later it became a shrine of Tantrism. All the 3 statements are correct. So answer is D. So Tara Tarini Hill Shrine is frequently in the news in recent times. So the region was an active Buddhist site as per the Jokada rock edicts of Ashoka, 4 kilometers away from the shrine. And Tara is an important deity of Mahayana Buddhist pantheon. Therefore, ancient Buddhist influence is evident. And in the later periods, the shrine became associated with Adi Shakti or Shaktism, which is a sub-tradition of Tantric Hinduism. It's an important concept. Question number 8, select the following statements on Kaziranga National Park. So let us consider these statements about Kaziranga National Park. It hosts 2/3 of world one-horned rhinoceros population in India. Okay, so this statement is correct. It is a tiger reserve. Again, it is correct. It is one among the world net of biosphere reserves under UNESCO, and it is declared as important bird and biodiversity area by WildLife International. Third statement is wrong. First is correct, second is correct, fourth is correct. Answer is C, 1 to 4. So Kaziranga National Park, which is on the news, is both a tiger reserve and an important bird and biodiversity area (IBA), and it is located in Assam. It hosts one-horned rhinoceros, which is IUCN status of vulnerable in large numbers. And statement 3 is incorrect. There are 10 world net of biosphere reserves in India under UNESCO's Man and Biosphere Initiative, and latest one being added is Agastya Malai in Western Ghats. Question number 9. During the upcoming monsoon of 2017, the first controlled experiment on cloud seeding using silver iodide over clouds hovering over Solapur, Maharashtra will be conducted. In this regard, consider the following statements. The technique alters the microphysical processes within the cloud by dispersing substances that can act as condensation nuclei, and this is also used to suppress hail and fog or veer away rain from a particular place. Which of the following statement is correct? Answer is C, that is both 1 and 2 statements are correct. So both these statements are correct here, and the weather modification technique is also widely practiced in places like airports or open event venues to wear away rainfall or suppress hail and fog. And last question for the day is Indo-Israeli Agricultural Cooperation Project is on the news in recent times. In this regard, consider the following statements. It involves training and technology transfers to Indian farmers on irrigation techniques, water management, nursery production, and post-harvest management. Yes. Agricultural Centers of Excellence has been established under the cooperation agreement to achieve its objectives. Yes. It involves long-term financial loans and packages for Indian farmers. No. Answer is D, 1 and 2 only. So, Indo-Israeli Agriculture Cooperation Project was born out of a bilateral agreement in 2006 between India and Israel, and the project is implemented by MIDH, that is Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture, and MASHO, which is an Israeli agency for international development cooperation under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and its primary goals include increasing crop diversity, increasing productivity, and increasing resources use efficiency. And new agricultural centers of excellence are likely to be set up in the states of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So thank you for watching this lesson. Have an awesome day. Please enroll in the course and download our Android app. Guys, what's up? So let us discuss the MCQs based on the 4th March 2017 current affairs, and this is presented by me, Roman Seni. So let's get started. The instructions are pretty clear and you can follow them here. Question number 1. Kurukh was on the news recently. Which of the following statement given below aptly describes the term? So Kurukh is basically an endangered tribal language of Dravidian family. So the major languages of Dravidian family कौन सी होती हैं? The four आंध्र प्रदेश की तेलुगु, तेलंगाना Telugu, then you have Karnataka Kannada, then you have Tamil Nadu Tamil, and Kerala Malayalam. So these are the four famous languages in Dravidian family. There are other languages also. Kurukh is one of them. So Kurukh language is spoken by Oraon tribe and has been given official status in the state of West Bengal, and it is of Dravidian origin, unlike most other tribal languages of the region, which are either Austroasiatic or Tibeto-Burman in origin. And the script of the Kurukh language is Tolong Siki, which reflects the socio-cultural aspect of the tribal community. Question number 2. Which of the following statements regarding the recently launched roll-on roll-off services is or are correct? So it is an initiative by Indian Railways to reduce carbon emission and congestion on the roads of the National Capital Region. Yes, this is 100% correct. The project employs next generation electric high speed train sets that does not need a separate locomotive powered by diesel. This statement is wrong. So answer is A, that is one only. Statement 2 is incorrect because the RORO, that is roll on and roll off initiative by Indian Railways, involves carrying loaded going trucks on flat wagons to decongest roads in the National Capital Region, and RORO service aims to reduce carbon emission and congestion on the roads of the NCR, as about 66,000 diesel guzzling trucks pass through Delhi and its adjoining areas in a day. Question number 3. Consider the following statements on Nari Shakti Puraskars, that is Women Power Awards. Okay, so it is the national award for women presented by Ministry of Women and Child Development. This is correct. It is awarded to both institutions and individuals who have rendered distinguished services to the cause of women. This is also correct. It is awarded on the eve of Republic Day every year. This is wrong. Answer is 1 and 2. So statement 3 is incorrect. Nari Shakti Puraskars awarded on the eve of International Women's Day, that is March 8th. And the campaign theme for United Nations International Women's Day 2017 is Be Bold for Change. Question number 4. With regard to olive ridley turtles, consider the following statements. They have circumtropical distribution, living in the tropical and warm waters of Pacific and Indian Oceans. Okay, this is absolutely correct. They are known for their synchronized mass nesting termed as aribadas. This is also correct. In the Indian Ocean region, the majority of the olive ridley nesting sites are over the coast of Odisha and Coromandel coast. This is also correct. Answer is D, 1, 2, 3. So olive ridley turtles are primarily found in the tropical and warm waters of Pacific, Southern Atlantic and Indian Oceans, from India, Arabia, Micronesia to South Africa, Australia and New Zealand, and their nesting patches are called as aribadas. Question number 5. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? Tejas Light Combat Aircraft from DRDO, Swati Weapon Locate Radar ADAHAL, Kalavari Scorpion Submarine, Mazgaon Docks Limited MDL. This is correct. Third is 100% correctly matched. Dhruv Multi-Role Utility Helicopter Hall. Yeah, this is also correct. So third and fourth are correctly matched because Tejas is built by Hall and Swati is built by DRDO. So these are like wrongly matched. Answer is 3 and 4 C. So Tejas, that is light combat aircraft, it is built by ADA Hall, and Swati weapon locating radar, it is an indigenously developed system by DRDO. Question number 6, with regards to the scheme for development of solar parks and ultra mega solar power projects, consider the following statements. They are financed through International Solar Alliance, to which India is a founding member, and the scheme will set up solar parks and ultra mega solar power projects of 40,000 megawatt total capacity by 2019-20. Select the correct answer below. Answer is B, that is 2 only here. Okay, so first is wrong. So Ministry of New and Renewable Energy is implementing this scheme with the financial support of rupees 8100 crore from the Union government, and with an enhanced capacity up to 40,000 megawatt of power generation. The solar parks will generate 64 billion units of electricity per year, and resulting in abatement of around 55 million tons of carbon dioxide every year. Question number 7, consider the following statements on the Indus River. Kishan Ganga River, a tributary of Jhelum River, is known as Neelam River in Pakistan. Okay, this is correct. Ratel hydroelectric plant is being constructed on the river Satluj. This is wrong. Arun 3 hydroelectric project is to be constructed on Arun River, a tributary of Chenab. This is also wrong. Answer is A, that is 1 only. So statement 2 is incorrect, because Ratel hydroelectric plant is a run of the river power station currently under constructions on the Chenab River in Ratel village of Doda district, Jammu and Kashmir. And statement 3 is also incorrect, as the Arun River is in eastern Nepal. Question number 8, select the correct statement on the writ jurisdiction of High Courts. The writ jurisdiction of High Court is not exclusive but is wider than that of Supreme Court. The writ jurisdiction of High Court is a part of basic structure of Constitution. Tribunals cannot be subjected to the writ jurisdiction of High Court. So answer is B. So statement 3 is incorrect. In 1997, Supreme Court has ruled that even tribunals are subjected to the writ jurisdiction of High Courts. And in fact, an aggrieved person cannot move to Supreme Court directly against the decisions of a tribunal without appealing in the High Courts first. Question number 9, with regard to Indian monsoon, consider the following statements. It involves northwest monsoon winds and southeast monsoon winds. It involves seasonal reversal of winds, and it is characterized by rainfall in summer and dry winters. Statement 2 and 3 are correct, because it is southwest monsoon winds and northeast monsoon winds. So first is wrong. So you have to read them carefully. Statement 2 is correct, 3 is correct. Answer is C, 2 and 3 only. Last question for the day is, select the correct statements on the independence of the Supreme Court of India. So a judgment of Supreme Court can be removed by an order of President passed after an address by each House of Parliament on grounds of proved misbehavior or incapacity. The salaries of judges are charged on contingency fund of India and not put to vote in Parliament. The Chief Justice of India can appoint officers and servants of Supreme Court without any interference from the executive. And the conduct of judges of Supreme Court cannot be discussed in Parliament or in state legislature. Second statement is wrong. 1, 3, 4 is the correct answer. So all the expenses of the Supreme Court, including the salaries, allowances and pensions of its judges, are charged on the Consolidated Fund of India, and they are non-votable by Parliament, although it can discuss. So I hope you have learned a lot from this lesson. Thank you for watching this. Have an awesome day. Guys, what's up? So let us discuss the MCQs based on the 5th March 2017 current affairs. So let's get started. Instructions are pretty clear. Question number 1, consider the following statements on Jal Kranti Abhiyan. The initiatives is jointly run by the 3 ministries of Agriculture, Rural Development and Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation. Under the program, 2 water-stressed villages in each district are affected with the comprehensive water security plan. It offers protective irrigations for all the farms. Answer is B, that is 2 only. So statement 1 and 3 are incorrect, as they are the features of Prime Minister Krishi Sinchai Yojana, PMKSY, and Jal Kranti Abhiyan, JK, is a brainchild of Ministry of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, and it was launched in year 2015. And so far 726 villages have been identified under JKA with an integrated water security plan prepared for 180, of which 61 of them are already approved. Question number 2, which of the following statements regarding IPO is or are correct? IPO is it is the first sale of shares to public investors by a privately owned company. Yes. It enlarges equity base and enables cheaper access to capital for the firm. Yes. Answer is C, both 1 and 2. So both these statements are correct, and those companies that has never issued equity to the public in the past, and when they issue for the first time, it is known as the IPO of the company. Question number 3. Consider the following statements about National Family Health Survey, NFHS. It is conducted by NSSO. NFHS is conducted by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare with the International Institute for Population Science. So first statement is wrong. It provides essential data on health and family welfare needed for policy and programming purposes. This is correct. Answer is B, 2 only. So statement 1 is incorrect. All NFHS are conducted under the leadership of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare with the International Institute for Population Science, Mumbai, serving as the nodal agency. And NFHS is a large scale multi-round survey conducted in a representative sample of households throughout India, and the fourth round of NFHS were carried out in 2014-15. Question number 4. With regards to National Human Rights Commission of India, consider the following statements. It is not a constitutional body. Okay, yes, it is correct. It has all the powers of a civil court and its proceedings have judicial character. Yes. The Protection of Human Rights Act of 1993 provides for establishment of State Human Rights Commission and Human Rights Code in every district. This is also correct. Answer is D. All the statements are correct. Moreover, NHRC can look into a matter only within an year of its occurrence. You can't do it 30 years down the line. And its recommendations are not binding on the concerned government or authority, but it should be informed about the action taken on its recommendation within 1 month. Question number 5. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? So Subhash Chandra Bose, forward block, 100% correct. Sri Narayan Guru, Justice Party. Justice Party was made in Madras Presidency by T.M. Nair, Tyagacharya Chetty and Natesha Mudaliar. So this is wrong. Dr. Ambedkar, Scheduled Caste Federation, yes. M.N. Roy, Purv Sarvajanik Sabha, no. M.G. Ranade formed Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, and M.N. Roy made the Communist Party of India. He was associated with that. Mahadev Govind Ranade made the Pune Sarvajanik Sabha in 1870. Answer is B, that is 1 and 3 only. So here you can read more about it. Question number 6. With regards to the 3-stage nuclear program of India, consider the following statements. In the first stage, pressurized heavy water reactor is used with natural thorium as fuel. India has high thorium reserves unlike scarce uranium reserves. Select the correct statement. So answer is B only, 2 is correct. Statement 1 is incorrect, as the fuel for the pressurized heavy water reactors PHWR in stage 1 is natural uranium. And statement 2 is correct. With high thorium reserves, India plans to use natural thorium in the stage 3 after generating sufficient fissile material from the uranium fueled PHWR in stage 1 and plutonium fueled fast breeder reactor from stage 2. Question number 7. Consider the following statements on Humboldt-Peru ocean current. It is a warm current. It is wrong. It is a cold current. So first statement is wrong. Only A or C can be the correct answer. In general, El Nino disrupts the Humboldt's current system. Yes, this is correct. Since 2 is there already on the option, you don't even need to read it. So answer is 2 and 3, that is C. So statement 1 is incorrect, as the Humboldt current is a cold current that flows north along the west coast of South America from the southern tip of Chile to northern Peru. And El Nino involves warmer conditions than average over the surface waters near the west coast of South America. So it also negatively impacts the summer monsoon in South Asia. So please note that. Question number 8. The weekly iron folic acid supplementation program run by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare aims to reduce the prevalence and severity of which of the following? Here the answer is anemia, obviously. So the weekly iron and folic acid supplementation program tries to reduce the high prevalence and incidence of anemia amongst adolescents, girls, pregnant women, boys in the age of 10 to 19 years age group. And it involves administration of supervised weekly iron folic acid supplements of 100 mg elemental iron and 500 microgram of folic acid using a fixed day approach. So question number 9. Aksai chain is one of the hotbed of India-China border disputes. In this regard, consider the following statements. It is situated in Arunachal Pradesh. Absolutely wrong. It is situated in Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh region. This is absolutely wrong. The region is mostly a high altitude desert and with the little precipitation due to orographic barriers preventing rains from Indian monsoon. Sorry for this, there is no third statement here. Answer is 2 only, B. So statement 1 is incorrect, as Aksai chain is the Ladakh region of state of Jammu and Kashmir, and statement 1 is actually corroborates with Tawang, which is situated in Arunachal Pradesh, bordered by Tibet in the north and Bhutan in the southwest. Last question for the day is, which of the following statements on ecologically sensitive area is or are correct? They are demarcated by National Green Tribunal after proposal sent by respective state governments and union territories. Commercial activities like mining and constructions of thermal power plants are prohibited in the ESA. Which of the following statement is correct? So answer here is B, that is 2 only. First statement is wrong. So statement 1 is incorrect. The guidelines for ESAs were issued by Ministry of Environment and Forest, and states and UTs are asked to constitute a committee comprising wildlife warden, an ecologist, and a revenue of department official to suggest the requirement of an eco-sensitive zone and its extent. And the primary objective of ESA is to prevent ecological damage caused due to developmental activities around national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. So I hope you learned a lot from this. Thank you for watching this. Have an awesome day.